get too far away from it, Cap, let's talk a little bit about how you ended up down the venture of being a YouTuber. How did you even come about doing all this? I think it's insightful for folks who kind of want to learn more, get their feet going more, doing live stream, doing a regular show, all that, because you kind of have a big, broad umbrella.
Yes. Well, basically, what happened was it all started actually in 2019 when I had to have surgery. And after that, I was bored in the hospital. So I looked up Star Trek
Mm-hmm.
and I found, oh, there are people that are doing videos. Cool. I'll look them up. Then all of a sudden, there were live streams. And I started hopping into live streams. And then this, of course, was under my real name.
Okay.
And so then it's like, nah, I don't want that out there. I'm gonna just so I went to Captain Trek. I had a couple different people. Actually, I first went to Trek 95 is what it was,
Okay.
and then I had a couple of people call me Captain, and it's like, Captain Trek. Okay, that's it.
It's so clever and obvious. I'm shocked that it wasn't already taken. See, I can't hide because my real persona has been out there for so long. It's just silly with the footprint. But I can hide because there's so many other people named Brandon Jones that you Google me, I won't come up because there's been like 5 different athletes that have come and gone. There's college players. It's funny because whenever I try to put in tags on a video or something like that, it always come up as like Brandon Jones highlights. I'm like, well, that's not me, but that's a nice, fun, free tag. Thank you for that. So, all right, so you're gonna take on the persona of Captain Trek. Let's say hi to the lovely Sherry. Thanks for hopping in there with Ryan, watching our show tonight. Um, take on the persona of Captain Trek. How do you sort of develop or create your sort of outline and skeleton of the show and how you want to put things together?
Well, initially, there were a lot of people that were coming on because we were in the midst of all the stuff that's going on or was going on at the time. Um, and I was just having a open panel discussion. It was
Mhm.
kind of let's just say a cheers of YouTube,
Okay.
where people would come on. We would have a discussion on different topics, and we still do that on Fridays. Um, where I put the link in the chat and people come on. We'll talk about different topics: Star Trek, Star Wars, many different fandoms. I'm not a Whovian. I do like the Second Doctor, but there have been several of the streams that have been Doctor Who oriented.
Hmm. Interesting.
So even though I'm not a particular fan, I was able to enjoy, ask questions, get some understanding of that fandom. Um, and the whole point for me is listening.
Hmm.
You know, you have to listen. You have to actually have a real conversation, and that was the initial point of having Morning Brew.
Yeah, it's great. I've enjoyed so many different YouTubers and just sort of getting in people's chats, getting to know folks, the structure of their shows, and I just enjoy just to hang out, man. It's like the nerd stuff. I'll catch myself going to the shop. I'm going to grab one little quick thing, and if it's not busy and the owner wants to strike up a conversation, next thing I know, I've blown 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm like, I got to go. I'm going to get in trouble. But that's the nerdiness that we all love to do. Just talk about stuff, learn from one another, find different things. It's like, oh, I didn't know about this. And I'm with you. I'm not a Whovian at all. And I've got just casual knowledge. It would be unfair for me to have a favorite doctor because beyond Matt Smith and David Tennant, what I've digested is very small, and it's almost like unfair to even
Hmm.
have an opinion. But like you, I'd love to have a person on to just talk about it from a very 101 level. Like I've obviously I hear Gary from Neurotics and other folks talk about it regularly, and I'm like, I kind of got it, and I get the outrage elements of the new female doctor and that kind of stuff. because it's affecting all of different franchises. So
Yeah,
that's kind of where my passion lies. I really just enjoyed that concept for me. This because I think that's really the culture war. The culture war is you're destroying the past, and we're moving into a different place. So, how long have you been doing Morning Brew? How long has it been now?
well, I started it in late 2020.
All right, 2 years. We're
Yeah,
rocking and rolling. So we're going to be doing it. All right, 700, getting close to 700 subscribers, folks. Cap mentioned he's got a giveaway, so make sure you're on that list. You are subscribed, getting the run in there to get a couple of great movies from the Trek library. You don't want to miss out on that. So that's awesome, man. So just the connectivity to the audience, the connectivity to the fans is so great. And the fact that you have an open line opportunity on Fridays, folks, is just a really cool thing to just kind of, go and chill out and hang out with other people who are like minded. How do you manage your content? Are you a writer, or are you just kind of like, oh, we're just going to ad lib some of this? You have different guests on, that kind of thing. So you have a lot of moving parts. Some people have a very different kinds of structures. You seem like you're doing like 3 or 4 different types all at the same time now.
absolutely. The when I'm having a one-on-one guest, I'll usually have a few questions already in mind.
Hmm.
Um, and then based on what we're talking about, sometimes most of it's ad lib. You know, obviously, I'll start asking their background in YouTube. Had much as you did,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how we can have a conversation just based on a couple of different questions, and that's one thing I absolutely loved when I first started doing the morning brew, is getting to know so many different people.
Yeah.
There would be people that, and the funny thing is, and I'll tell you this because people need to know, you never know who's in your chat.
Sure.
You never know who's in your chat. I've had people who wrote me. It's like, oh, I heard you talking about this today. Huh? You were
Wow.
listening?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Like, what?